Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be showing you how to DIY this rotating calendar for the new year 2026, and it can even be used as a cute desk decoration for your study corner or your working table and so on. First of all, you will need this Rotating Memoirs die set from Tonic Studios. I will also put the link to the die set in the description below. And this die set contains of many parts, but here I am only using the 3 important parts that are required to make this calendar. That is this cutting die for the main frame, and 2 cutting dies here are for the rotating axis and the rotating knobs. And for cutting the cardstock with these cutting dies, you will need a die cut machine. Here I have a A5 size die cut machine, but actually this cutting die for the mainframe requires A4 size paper and A4 size machine, but that is also not a problem. I will also show you later a hack how you can still use it even though you don't have a bigger die cut machine just like me. And of course you will need cardstock paper. Here I am using 180 grams per square meter cardstock paper, but you can also use thicker one like 250 grams per square meter, and the colors are of course up to you. Here I am using a combination of pastel colors like mint, pastel mustard and pastel violet to give it a romantic vibe. And then you will also need normal photocopy paper for printing the calendar templates here. So I am printing it on glimmer pink photocopy paper, but you can use any color you like. And you will also need a ruler, a scissors, double-sided tape, craft glue. Tweezers is also very helpful for picking up small parts and small details. And if you have it, then also some scoring tool. Like what I have here is a scoring board and a scoring knife. But if you don't have this, you can also just use, for example here, the end of this tweezer and use your ruler to guide so that you can score on the paper for easy folding. Some optional accessories that I have here are like the cutting dies for the number of the year 2026 here, and I also have some cutting dies that I use to make the labels for each month here. And of course for the decoration I use some ribbon cutting dies which I put all around the calendar as well as on each page of the calendar here. Alright, so that's it for the materials and the tools. Now let's get started with the DIY process. This cutting die here is A4 size and I only have a die cut machine of A5 size. So I cannot use the die cut machine for the main body. So I'm just gonna trace it out with a pencil or a pen here, and then I will cut it by hand because luckily this part, it is not so complicated to cut out by hand. Let me just tape it down a bit so that it doesn't move. Note that you only need to trace the outer lines of the main frame. The inner lines are only for scoring. And you will need in total 2 pieces of this. Okay, so now let's cut this. Alright, so I've finished cutting the main frame and now I will make some score lines here for folding. Yeah, so this is one side and I will have to do the same with the other side. And use double-sided tape to glue the 2 pieces together. Right, then now let's continue to make the rotating mechanism on top here.
So now I will use this die cuts for the rotating axes. I only need one piece, but the end of the axis I will need 2 pieces. Let's put this through the machine for cutting. Alright, so this is one rotating knob, and this one is finished. So all of the lines here are only for scoring. And also I need these washers for the rotating knob. I need 6 pieces of large washers and 6 pieces of small washers. Okay, and now I will start folding the axis along these scoring lines. Okay, and then I will glue the ends together here. Alright, then now I will have to put it through the axis like this. And then I glue the tabs of the axis down to the large washer and cover the tabs with another large washer. And just press it real hard so that they stick together well. And now it is really solid and robust. And let's do the same for the other end. Alright, so that's the axis that we have. Let's continue to make the knobs. So it's also very straightforward here. I just have to fold it along the score lines. So now we have two pretty knobs, and we will attach it to the main axis. We will use here some smaller washers, place them here, and then finally this one here. So this will be just like a small gap in between the knob and the axis. So let's do that. Alright, so here's the finished axis. Then now I will be making the cards to attach on the rotation axis here. So the axis can take up to 8 cards. Then I will do some scoring now. The longer side will be used for scoring. The card will be attached onto the axis like this. Here I am preparing the die cuts for the year number and the monthly labels. After that, I printed the text for the monthly labels with the eMark Go mobile printer, but you can totally just write directly on them. Now I will show you how to design your own calendar templates in Canva, but I will also put a link to the PDF template in the description below for you to download and print directly. Alright, so I have just printed the monthly pages of the calendar. Now let's cut them to size. Finally, I glued the printed monthly calendars to each side of the card and added the decorations as well as the month labels. I finished off by gluing the numbers for the year 2026 onto the cover page and some more bows for the romantic touch. I also made some sentiments using the eMark Go mobile printer and glued them at the front and back sides for decoration. This is how the calendar looks like finally and how it is in action. I really love the interactive rotating mechanism that adds a lot of fun while using the calendar. Alright, that's it for today. I hope that you liked this DIY calendar and found some useful tips in the videos to make it on your own for the new year. If you enjoyed watching this video, then consider to give me a thumbs up and press the subscribe button so that you will get updates about future DIY ideas from my channel. Once again, thanks a lot for watching and I hope to see you next time. Happy holidays and happy crafting!